For John, first of all, congratulations. I know you kind of alluded to this, but what was the process like of coming to this decision, and was there anyone in particular you leaned on for advice?
No. Where I'm coming from, I didn't have nobody to lean on to. It's not all about the money, but get an opportunity to be able to take care of my family. That's all that matters. It was just trying to get things situated the right way. Mr. Leonsis, Grunfield, Coach Brooks, those guys do an amazing job each year developing our team, pushing me to get better. From day one, they told me they wanted me to be here for a long time. Even when I dealt with injuries early on in my career, they stuck behind me. They never threw me behind the bus. I never threw these guys behind the bus. I always believed in what they would do in free agency and anything like that, and that's why I'm here for another 6 years.
Hey, John, how you doing? Why is it important for you to be with the Washington Wizards as opposed to another organization?
This is my second home. This is like family to me. Everything I do in the city, ever since day one, every time I walk around the city, everybody show me support and love, and that's the most important thing I can get back to these people. They look at me not as John Wall, the superstar, the basketball player. They look at me as a great person, and that's one thing my mom raised in me as a young man. She said, no matter how great you is on the basketball court, if you're not a great person, don't have great character, nobody's going to take you serious. It's a joke, and that's one thing I always keep in my heart.
Here we go. Ms. Francis starting to cry. When are you going to start crying? We do this. This is it's a kind of a ritual at every event.
John put me on the spot.
Hey, John, right in front of you. I'm sure you remember when you were introduced here and you had your press conference and you had the police escort and the balloons and almost parade. When you look back on that day to where you are now, how would you say your career has played out, and what has it been like for you to be a part of this organization during that time?
It was great. It was going through tough times at the time when I first came in. Y'all met a skinny kid at 19 years old that wasn't a man yet. Was a young man that was probably 190 pounds soaking wet. I grew up as a man. I grew up as a basketball player. They dealt with my injuries. They dealt with the tough times I had. The city embraced me. I embraced the city back. And everything I do is for my hometown, North Carolina, and it's definitely for here. I wouldn't ask to be in a better place than being in D.C.
John, I got a question right here. My name is Josh from the Future Leaders and Young Entrepreneurs Program. I just wanted to ask you, like, you've done a lot for our program, and I see how involved you are in the community. I'm from PG County, Maryland. I'm from the area, so I wanted to know where that spirit of giving back comes from, especially because you're not from here. You're from Carolina, so.
Well, the most important part is I didn't get put on this earth just to play basketball. And to be in the position I am to give back is always a great opportunity. I enjoy it. I love putting smiles on other people's faces. And I know some of the tough situations and tough upgrowing and raising some people are. I've been through that same situation, and I was blessed and fortunate to be able to make it to the NBA, play the game I love on the highest level, and also make money, take care of my family, but also take care of other people in the world. And that's why I enjoy it.
John, you've been saying for a while now that your goal is for a championship. How close do you think this franchise is to achieving that?
Just like I am this summer, if everybody just keep getting better and developing as a team, we keep adding the right pieces. Coach Brooks is going to push us every day. Sometimes I want to put him in the headlock because he gets on my nerves. But he's not. But when he does it, he gets the best play out of us. Every day he's always talking to me. We're talking. We're doing everything. But we're close. I mean, my ultimate goal is to get to East Conference Finals and see what happens from there. But we're getting better and better each year.
For Ted, over here, during Otto's press conference, you said that you wanted no drama with these contract talks, and it seems like you accomplished that. There was no real threat of him leaving. What do you think is the key to doing that?
Well, I think we believe that culture really matters, and that being in it together can really be a differentiator to your success. And we're very careful with the people that we're recruiting and spending time with. And so John's our leader, and Otto Porter's a very high integrity individual. Bradley Beal's a very high integrity individual. We probably have one of the best locker rooms in the NBA. And it feels great to be a team where people say, I want to be here, as opposed to what goes around the league sometimes where I want to go someplace else, the grass is greener. And so being able to create that kind of organization, I think is a next step for our development to being a long-term, really, really great team. And so when you have someone of John's caliber saying, this is where I want to be, this is a great city, we have great fans, it gives permission really for the community to step it up and really support us because, you know, Washington DC is, the DMV is kind of the most dynamic, fastest growing, most charitable-minded community in our country, and we want to be an exemplar organization. And so I think doing these kinds of things and showing commitment to the young players that we draft and develop, and when they're young, you can kind of set a culture and a standard that they can all live up to, and it all starts from your leader. And John is the only player who's still with the team when I bought it, and he is the best representative I could imagine for what we want to continue to build.